Hello everyone and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keepers. We are officially over halfway done with the base campaign. We have won with Mage, we have won with Anshanshu, and last time we finished Sarah, the root of all evil, and her final base banner. Of course, we still have Ascension, Endless, and the Draconian banners to deal with, but that'll be something we do later. For today, we begin the campaign of the final base master.
So many ideas!
Lira, the engineer. Thank you all for the pro tips and suggestions I received, talking about traps and barriers and all sorts of unique mechanics. I think we're going to have a grand old time. So because I've traditionally ignored traps in every possible capacity, I thought we would focus on them almost entirely. Lira has like two different sections for her talent tree. The right section over here empowers mechas, which are her unique monster type. And it looks, and the strap thing, it looks okay. It looks like it could be good. But this left tree here, which is much larger, just boosts everything related to traps. So that's what we're going to be doing. Our first talent point goes into reducing the price of traps at the merchant by 20%. And this will eventually cascade into glorious, disgusting things, I hope. We'll see. As always, we're going to go with high gold gain and low master life because, well, I just never learned my lesson.
Let's go!
Welcome, Lira. I love your style. We need elements like you, and your recruitment was most certainly worth losing our laboratories. However, those losses also left one of the company's rear bases, the Yundao Principality, at the humans' mercy. Your mission will be to rebuild its defenses and hold off the human raids. I'm sending you a few demons to help. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. So as always, I'm going to take a quick look at what we are working with here, and I will get right back to you.
6.5 hours later.
Alrighty. What are we dealing with is a great question. I'm not entirely sure. And I've moved the rooms around a little bit because there's a familiar face here, but everything else is brand new to me and the series. So we have the mechanic, who is named Mechanist. Not exactly the most creative names, but that was my very first WoW character's name. So I thought it worked out. He'll deal physical damage to the front and gain 50% of that damage as barrier. Barrier acts as a pseudo health bar that is depleted first, so this guy seems like a tank, although he only has 65 hit points. He does have an ability that causes all monsters of the group gain 25% of the mechanic's power as barrier, and he only has 50 power, so that's what? 617? Not that impressive. Now we have the Head Slingers, and I stared at these for a while thinking of a name, and all I could hear in my head was Zug Zug. So we have Zug Zug and Zug. Creative, I know. They deal AoE physical and morale damage, and apply Demoralize, which is one of my favorite debuffs in the entire game. They can attack the back with 32 physical and morale damage, and attacks an additional time if the target's morale is already under 75%. We are beginning with two of these. I have a feeling these could be my favorite units so far, of course. I've barely seen any of them. I love morale damage, and I've missed doing it because both Serral and Anshanshu were not really in the morale game. Serral could do it, of course, but it was pretty uncommon. In Room 2, the common face that we have is Brand. Good old Brand. Now, he doesn't have his super overpowered, ridiculous ability yet, but he will get it in one level. So we'll see if we can make use of this. Otherwise, we'll just put him to the side and do other stuff. The character he'll be synergizing with is, of course, Burnbot, who will be applying Burn to everybody. Yay! He can also lose 20% of his max life to apply self-protection to the the entire group. So they gain 10% of maximum life as barrier points per turn. Worth noting, he has a lot of life at 150. Very impressive, Burnbot. And last but not least is the human hunter, Loktar. Just Loktar. I think that means victory. The saying is Loktar Ogar, and I think the whole saying is victory or death. But I think the death is the Ogar part. Whatever. Anyway, He will attack the front with nature damage, and he will lose 30 barrier points to perform an additional attack, maximum 2 times. So we can funnel barrier into him to make him attack multiple times. I wonder, does it have to be 30? Or if he has like 10 barrier, could he just consume the 10 and attack another time anyway? Curious. He also has an AoE attack, dealing 9 nature damage and applying poison, and he gains 15 barrier points. Interesting. Some science must be conducted. As for our traps, these are all going to be, most of these are going to be familiar. We have the Ballista, the AoE physical damage that applies broken armor, could be good. Right now we aren't doing a whole lot of physical damage, but could be good. The Gnome Technician, an area of morale damage, and applies enhanced trap to the next trap, so it deals 100% damage. We're going to try and play into the traps as best we can, as I said. And the Energy Converter. We start with 3 traps, which is unique to Lira, I think. Attacks the back, 25 physical damage, and the next group of monsters gain 50% of damage dealt to their target as barrier points. Again, that's like 12 or 13. 12.5 to be exact. I said 17 last time, that wasn't true. The question is, how high does that go? If I can even find it. Here we go. So level 4, that's 65. 32.5. That's not awful. That's not awful. Of course, if they are weak to physical attacks, they'd be even higher. But anyway, enough blabbing. Let's get on with the very first battle. It feels like it has been so long since we've seen the tier 1 units. I barely even recognize these things. But of course we are fighting a thug, the level 1 ninja. Because of course we are. The scout, dealing physical damage to the back. And of course, the ever nuisance minstrel, applying dodge to the thug and dealing AoE nature damage. So, how are we going to deal with this? Let's convert to give ourselves some defense, because we're just going to AoE off this dodge. Now, our damage will actually be pretty decent here. For my first trap, I did use the Ballista to reduce their... Why did that come back? Attacks additional time if the target's morale is under 75%. So ideally we get 2 turns with these guys, and then we do the double attack. Ideally. Although it's not looking like that's going to happen. I didn't realize how slow these guys were. 10 speed, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Alright, well, let's see if we can kill the thug at least. A big bonk to the face. That poison's probably going to do us in. Between the poison and the AoE damage. We might get 1 attack. I think we're going to get 1 attack on the minstrel. Wow, look how low their health is. This is ridiculous. Alrighty, here we go. That is disgustingly good. Unfortunately, with minus 40% nature damage, we are going to fall. Or excuse me, nature resistance, we are going to fall here, but that was good. I liked that. I put this trap down here because the other one boosts the power of traps, but we aren't going to have another one. I think you can get 3 trap rooms with Lira. So, you know, there's that. Easy target, we aren't doing that. Next group of monsters gain 14 barrier points. Sure. Sure, I think easy target's going to be really good in the future. But for now, not so much. Look at these little babies. They're so small. You immune to poison? No. Is that poison? Micah. Doesn't matter. Ah, right. No, it doesn't. It just does bonus things. That's right. I remember now. So if you would ask yourself, did I just sacrifice the first room to lower their morale in order to kill them with this room? The answer would, of course, be yes. I did. I have to take her. I can't not take her. We have the Gargoyle, who we haven't seen these units in a long time, it feels like. The Gargoyle actually would kind of play into what we're doing. The Time Watcher, not so much. All that air damage of it being slowed. Or the Grief Weaver, the one and only. The love, the glorious Ragnarok. I love the Grief Weaver. So let's go to the trainer and see what we can... Ah, trainer. I could have gone to the engineer, then gone to the course. That might have been the play. Alright, let's see what level 2 does for everybody. Monsters in the dungeon gain 25% of his power as barrier points when the mechanic is defeated. 50 power, not so great, but that's nice. This gives him more hit points. Okay. Burnbot gains power equivalent to 50% of his barrier points the roaster has. Ooh. Okay, we're seeing some more barrier synergy. For Zug and Zug, 200, okay. Gains 5 barrier points when attacking if the target's morale is under 50%. Does this go off twice with his back attack? That could be pretty good. For Loktar, gains 5 barrier points when a hero takes damage from poison. Huh. He can apply poison to everybody, and so can a Ragnarok. Well, she applies, nature damage to the front. Well. I like this. Area morale damage and Terrified. That would synergize super well with both Zug and Zug. So many. And of course, Brand gets his super really strong thing. Let us... Poor Grief Weaver. Let's upgrade Zug and a Ragnarok. I know. We have new units and you're not upgrading them. What is wrong with you? I mean, ooh. By chance, you meet a tamer traveling through the region and looking for some work. This traveler offers to train one of your employees at half price. If you have the right employee in your employ, you could even negotiate for him to work for free. Thank you. Well done, Brand. Your service to the Dark Gods has already been noted. That is really good. Alrighty. A giant worm has oozed its way into the lower levels of the dungeon. What will you do with it once you've killed it? We could sell it or we could offer it. This would restore our entire front room back to full capacity. Which might be the play because we're going to die again, I think. So sure. Now, we're going to go to these adventures, and I want to try something. You don't have your special thing, do you? Oh, yep, didn't read that. Damn. Alright, so, for our first stream here, I really wanted to just play into the fact that a Ragnarok can terrify everything. I kind of forgot the Magician was the lower level Enchanter and Ice Wizard, so he moved everybody around. And I think a Ragnarok is going to die here. Yep. Darn. Now, I did level her up, so she did apply poison to everybody. But, you know. Unfortunate. Now, our resistances to fire is really, really bad. So that's something we're going to have to try and work on if we can. Hopefully, everyone gets a second turn, because then life would be swell. Howie. Our resistance to ice is okay, reduced of course by the elemental weakness of the elf, who is the tier 1 shitty shaman. We're quite familiar with the power of the shitty shaman. However, Zug and Zug are going to get a second turn. Well. And we shall yeet, and we shall delete. Now the question is, does the second attack go... Aw, come on, robbed. Good news is, though, we aren't going to get another turn. And these guys are very weak to physical attacks, so that's nice. Yeeted and deleted. We're dead to Frostbite. A shame. It was one overkill, too. But hey. It worked out. Unfortunately, our team did have to be sacrificed in order to claim this W. But a W it is. Sure, we'll go with poison. The second room hasn't really changed much, but it is even weaker to ice, if you can imagine that. Loktar has the highest at -10, which is unfortunate. So will this consume 20? No, he has to have 30. Okay, that's worth noting. I could have done the AoE to get him to 30 and then done that attack, but it's whatever. But the reason Loktar isn't up front is because he has 65 hit points. So Burnbot's at minus 20 defense, even though it is less. He has the hit points to sustain through that weakness. Ah, the Dark Magus, look at that. I think Hidavets was trying to explain to me why this character is okay. And I just don't feel it. Once again, the Time Watcher is here, applying air damage and slowing. And the Gargoyle. I wonder if the Time Watcher would be good. We don't really make use of the Time Watcher. But the Gargoyle. I do really like the Gargoyle. We don't get to use him very often, either. So the Gargoyle... don't we always name him Notre Dame or something? I think so. 179 gold, huh? That is not a remarkable amount. What about this trap? The gnomish thing. Do we want to try and make use of this? I wonder what it costs to upgrade. Let's check. Because I don't think we have enough to upgrade the characters I'd want anyway. I clicked the wrong one. But I was right. I don't. I think we'll just save our money. I should have gone to the YOLO event. It's fine. Hello! These Sudantai vampires are here to collect taxes. However, blood is more valuable than gold coins to them. They could even grant you a monetary compensation in exchange for blood collection, and you would exceptionally be exempted from taxes. Here's some blood. Thanks for the months. A strange gentleman in the guise of a toy manufacturer knocks on your door and offers to sell you a range of amusing items. He requests nothing in exchange other than the materials to make them. A strange and most troubling force physically prevents you from declining. Well, we can't get the transmutation circle, which is pretty nifty. You could sacrifice Mechanist to get the bewitched gloves, which could... probably not okay for what we're doing, really. And we can sacrifice 50 life to pick up the miraculous pill. And wouldn't you know it? It's the miraculous pill. 250 for the Gnomish Engineer. Wow. I don't know how I feel about this energy converter team. I think I'm going to save my money. I think we're going to save our cash. But let's go get another artifact, shall we? Now, I am concerned about our mental well-being. We can put him in room 1. We have a lot of fire resistance. I think we'll put Mechanist in room 2 to provide some ice resistance just in case. Alrighty. Our fire resistance in room 1 is absolutely horrid. Alright, we'll do that, I guess. Sure. Why not? Let's go. I wouldn't say we have the best options for this, but I think we can get through it. We are fighting the Ninja, the tier 2 version of the thug we just fought earlier, and we are pretty resilient to his nature across the board. I thought. Not true. Wow, okay. Notre Dame got owned. Could have sworn you were a little thicker than that. I was kind of hoping you could have gotten at least one turn off. But alas. This is what we get for not having 2 Zug-Zugs. Wow. Alright, well, this is really gonna hurt. We do at least get the important stuff off, but I'm afraid that is a death. Having to restart, I don't think we're going to. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Maybe. I popped that on the ninja because that is one of the most terrifying things we're fighting. I did do this one, the energy converter, but unfortunately the minstrel is actually quite resilient to physical damage. I could do easy target. That could be cute. Alright. So easy target here is going to make him take 100% more damage, on top of the 100% more damage this is already dealing. So how much is this going to deal? That's not bad. So we have 25 barrier on everyone here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, 26. Excuse me, they rounded up. Please go away. Oh, right, the miraculous pill cut Notre Dame's health in half. Right, that's what happens. Duh. I don't know why I keep picking up the miraculous pill and then forgetting what it does. We got 72 barrier, though. That's pretty nifty. Please do AoE damage. Ooh, Daniken. Ooh. This worked out well. This worked out just fine. I have to be a little bit more mindful of the miraculous pill, though. Just a tiny bit more. You know, nothing dramatic. This worked out really well, though. 69, 69, nice. Look at all that barrier. That's disgusting. Curious thoughts. GG, Brands. You don't even have your ridiculous ability yet. Ooh. The Tarbald. Heroes affected by burn lose 30 speed. We could actually make use of this with Burn Bot. The Bewitched Glove. Damage dealt by monsters to heroes with the maximum life increased by 100%. Due to all the AoE we have, I don't think this is particularly helpful. But hey, it's a thought. Or the Prank Pie. The first attack suffered by each hero applies easy target 5. What this does is it makes it so they will take 100% more damage from traps. Fortunately, Zugzug is going to have to go to sleep at the Engineer. Oh, I'm like 25 short. Wow. That is a lot. Alright, let's upgrade the Ballista. Unfortunately, we cannot train, so let's go here. The R&D manager has developed a new trap and seems to be very proud of it. He wants to secretly sell it to you for a few gold coins. Unfortunately, not few enough. It's yellow. One of your employees has accidentally discovered a long-lost secret tunnel. It leads you to a treasure room filled with gold and housing a rare and valuable artifact. You can keep everything for yourself, reward your employee with some gold, or gift them the artifact. So do I make 260 gold either way? Fire attacks also deal 30% of base damage as morale. Sure. I might as well take it. We could work out... I don't think we need to. I don't really want to do much of the merchant either. I'm looking for a morale boost. There we go. A young man manages to sneak up to you and threaten you with a rusty blade. His face streaked with angry tears. He seeks to avenge his family, tortured and devoured before his very eyes. You can gently pat him on the shoulder and show him the exit. Amuse yourself with his suffering, or offer him a gift, as a gift, to your employees. Have fun. Alrighty. Zugzug, I'm afraid you're going to have to go to sleep. I am afraid. We'll keep this room layout because it was okay. I just need to try and keep in mind that we have the miraculous pill. Brain, do not forget. Hey, they're playing right into the miraculous pill. Thank you, I appreciate it. We are fighting a novice, the little monk boy, the berserker, the greatest nuisance of them all, and the apprentice, who just shot off their little ice bird at Ragnarok, which was very rude. Exceptionally rude indeed. However, all of them are attacking the fronts. Each and every one of them. So you know what that means. We can get off a ton of demoralizations from good old Zug. And I'm going to try and make use of it as best I can. Now, admittedly, Human Hunter is up here to be sacrificed to the Dark Gods. And there he goes. One turn of not being touched at all was quite nice. Quite nice indeed. I'm hoping that we will get one more turn with Zug, and I think we will. Ragnarok is kind of weak to literally everything they're doing. Which I suppose is worth noting. But hey, maybe we'll get a shot. So, I think we'll be okay. Yeah. Berserker kills her, poison goes out to everyone, and then the novice attacks Zug, who has the greatest ice resistance. Not bad. All according to Keikaku. Now the question is, with our last turn, do I do this or do I do that? Let's do the AoE. I think that's a victory, Tim. I think we're bringing it home. Farewell, brave soldier. Hero of the Horde. And there goes the dominoes. I love morale damage. Ooh. Okay. The Aerobot. Pretty squish at 55 health, but very fast at 130 speed. Physical damage to the front applies broken armor. Area air damage attacks an additional time if a monster of the group has at least 50 barrier points. Ooh, that's quite a lot. The Hawk Trainer. Okay, attacks the back of phase 2 physical damage. Damage dealt increased by 100% if the Hawk Trainer has barrier points. We can make that happen. And, wow, that's a lot of damage. With the Miraculous Pill, he'll do that twice. He can also inflict more burn. Not bad. The Steel Golem attacks the front with ice damage. I think this is our only source of ice attacks. Applies Frostbite 3, gains 3% of its power as barrier points. It has 60 power. So that is, like, what? 14? Somewhere in there. Attacks the front with nature damage. Remove all effects applied on the target. All monsters of the group gain 10 barrier points for each effect removed. Well, let's try the Hawk Trainer. I like brutally murdering things. It is worth noting that that is incredibly sketchy without the mirror, because he will literally die to just about anything. What am I doing? Alright. Level 2. Gains 15 barrier points at the start of his turn if there are 3 heroes left. Okay. So leveling up is increasing his power. He gets his effect. Level 2 he gets, or level 3 he gets some defense. Level 4 he gets power and empowering his abilities. Leveling up pretty slow there, buddy. Pretty slow. What about you, Zug Zug? They look pretty important to level up. We can level up one of them. Oh, the other ones. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's level up Zug. And then leave. At the therapist. We're just going to take the freebie, I think. Thank you. Thank you for letting us talk about our feelings. Both of these can go pretty wrong pretty fast. Let's try the business trip. The manager would like to send one of your employees with the sales department to be their bodyguard. Ooh. The homeopathic poison, though. Heroes with less than 50% of their maximum morale lose 30 to all resistances. This could actually be good for once. 14 weeks is going to make it so we won't see Zug Zug until like the end of the run. But hey, I think it's worth it. Such a great artifact for this run. Master bonus. Now we're talking. I think our rooms are pretty okay. Have such like a clear picture of what we're doing. There's not a whole lot of room for manipulation. Okay. See if we can give this a shot. Let's roll and get a master bonus. This is quite the dice roll that I am engaging in. So we are fighting the infamous ninja, who will of course deal AoE damage to everyone. I like how you're the highest health target even after losing 50% of your hit points. It's very rude. The priestess who will be attacking the front with air, and the scholar who will be attacking the front with fire. Now you might be wondering, what part of this is a dice roll? And that's a great question. Allow me to answer. It's mostly in the second room. Because this ninja is pretty infamous for just killing anything that's really low. And as you can see, we're kind of getting there. It's not going to take long. I'm hoping against hope that what I'm trying in the second room just works. No questions asked. It might, and it might not. I kind of want to weaken the priestess. But giving more terrified should increase the damage of demoralize? I actually don't know. It's been so long, I've forgotten. I don't think it did. Okay, so it's a raw stat. Now we find out. Learning is all an important part of it. Now, there's no reason for me to actually apply easy target because they're going to have easy target anyway, I think. So it could just be in my interest to give the barrier. And you'll see why in a second. I thought about doing the morale damage just to do morale damage. But here we are. So in the back, we have 1B, who is down to a whopping 30 hit points. Very impressive. And this guy's going to deal AoE nature damage, 21. So he would have lived at 9 hit points. Very glad the barrier ain't done. Brand is up here in the front just because I hope he lived a turn, which he didn't. And now, my friends, it's time for the murdering to begin. I did lose the barrier though, but hey. Maybe this would be better? To supply all the burn. I was going to do the physical attack, which would have guaranteed killed the Scholar, but that's a lot of damage. And now, of course, Burnbot is going to add insult to injury. By burning even more. 5 stacks of burn. Let's see how much it does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If I had done the morale damage, they would have ran. That's worth noting. But that's okay. Because we still got the kill. Good, good. Now, for our master bonus. We can get 10 armor. We start with 10%, so it's not like the worst I've seen. Targeting drone. Does more damage and applies 1 more stack of easy target. Not horribly important now that we have the prank pie. Or we can get mechanical resonance. Which 27% 100% of the master's barrier points as physical damage. So wait, this scales more if Lira has barrier? This must be her actual attack. I guess we can upgrade targeting drone. I don't anticipate anything actually getting to Lira. At the engineer, let us upgrade the gnome technician. This will apply 2 stacks of enhanced trap to the next trap. I made a promise to you that I would continue. That I would actually level traps. The R&D director has created a centrifuge that can transform hero blood into tears. Do you wish to use it? For 15 hero blood, we can get 30 tears? Sure, why not? At the collector, the Sujantai vampires are back, and we're going to give them 100 life. Ow, it kind of hurt. At the event, a monster has been caught with an adult magazine depicting humans. Will you turn a blind eye to this obvious case of anthropophilia? Or will you confiscate this to take a look at? For science, of course. Well permitted. Loktar is a good person to stand there and take beatings for me. A powerful meat shield, if you will. Now, unfortunately, Arachnarok, who is a large part of our plans, is going to have to take a good sleep. It happens to the best of us, truly. So now, I guess we can try Mechanist again? Our front room is very weak. Unbelievably weak. What if we bring Brand to the first room? He's not really doing his burn combo. He's just doing damage. Which is nice. I do like damage. Alright, we'll go with this. We'll see what we can do. The second room is pretty much entirely relying on Wanbi, who needs a new name. Wanbi to do any work. Hawk Trainer. What do I know about hawks? Not a whole lot. But I do know that they are a bird of prey. Sure, we'll go with that. And yet another YOLO Mage appears, but this time I actually read what he does. Are you proud of me? The Magician Monthoth is here, and how much did he screw me over? Quite a bit. I didn't remember how the miraculous pill shifting works, so I just played defensively. If I didn't want a unit in a specific spot, I put him in that specific spot. And it kind of worked out, I suppose. Sure. We are fighting the Disciple who will be attacking the front with ice, which kind of works out with Zug. Zug. I expect he will live maybe one turn. Or not, because this guy's going to deal AoE fire damage, which he's weak to, so he might die. Which is very unfortunate, because he was a huge part of our strategy. A tremendous part. Are you going to go twice, or do you go twice still? Okay, you go twice still. Ooh, it's going to be so close whether he lives or not. Brand being here is going to deal a lot of AoE fire damage and make it so easy target just never falls off, which is very nice. Fortunately, Notre Dame was one-shots. Zug's going to get a turn. Beautiful. Marvelous. Max Pill going to go twice. Apply that stack of demoralization. Very nice. Unfortunately, now he shall fall. And now Brand is going to pump that demoralization. Beautiful. Now, the Prank Pie actually was cleansed. Ah. I see. Very annoying. But hey, this is double empowered. And they're about to be in a lot of pain.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Oh. Isn't it beautiful? We'll go ahead and empower our units. And of course, kill that guy. What a shame. I was a little concerned with this group, so I didn't put Bird of Prey in the back. Now that I know his name, or now that I gave him a name, I was using his old name. But the Bird of... Wow, 72. The Bird of Prey is still going to deal a lot of damage. 216, and that is a glorious W. Well done. Oh no. The Naga. The terrifying. The horror. We have the pill. Do we do it? Once again, the Airbot is here, and the Steel Golem. I kind of want to get the Steel Golem just so we have more, like, tanky boys. Because I don't know if you've noticed this, but my team is pretty freaking squish. However, the Naga's damage potential is really insane. Really insane. Alright, let's just get the Steel Golem because it's new. I need to think of a name for it, but that's right. Our team is getting pretty demotivated. But we'll pull Zug. Or excuse me, we will... I can go all the way. We can bring this to tier 4. And this to level 3. I told you I was going to focus on traps, and I didn't lie, did I? I did not. We're going to go ahead and go to the Therapist tier, and extend it using our many tiers. And that should benefit... Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Unfortunately, we do not have the funds to go to the trainer, so let's work out. See what we can do here. You have the gem all to yourself, what shall you train? The only thing I can train is life, so let's give more life. Great. Let's go to the YOLO event. While dusting the dungeon, the cleaning goblin has freed a monster caught in a spider's web. He also accidentally woke up a giant spider queen who demands compensation for the destruction of her webs. We can feed it, sure. Feed it with blood. We also got the airbot that I kept skipping. Leonardo da Vinci. There we go. And we're going to be fighting our first champion next time. Looking for rares, wow. We could get our first mecha rare. That'll be interesting. So, I love Lira. This has been amazingly fun. Fantastic character. I love the return to morale, the split damage build. It's been glorious. I missed it so. I missed it so. But if you have any name suggestions for any of the characters, the Steel Golem or the Airbot in particular, feel free to let me know in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if any of you would like to stay up to date with anything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. And I will see you all next time for more trap shenanigans. I don't remember the last time I had a level 4 trap. Bye!